All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Life podcast. I'm Chris, and I'm back again to talk with you. We got an exciting podcast ready. Uh, when I mean we, I mean that I have an exciting podcast ready. Um, I just want to remind everyone that this is not I don't have like a team of people behind the camera and they got the light. This is all Chris doing this. Everything's set up, studio, everything. Working on my home here, doing a thing. So when I ask you like to support the channel, click subscribe, all that. That is for that is for me and my family. That's the only group of people that are on my staff. Okay, and they're they've left the house. They've gone for a walk, so it's just me here today with you. Um, my son won't be coming in here anytime soon. So anyways, welcome to the channel. I want to remind everyone that I do have a shop, two shops actually. I got the one with Teespring we have, and also we got with the Japan-based shop, Suzuki. We have lots of products, lots of items, things like that with our logo on them, of course, my logo. Emphasize that. And it's I worked real hard on the logo. Two of them I got. I hope you like one of them. um, and I'm thinking about some other things too. So, anyways, yeah, all that stuff, all that promotion things. It's just these are all just tools for you to enjoy. Uh, for my students and for anyone just tuning in to that's interested in doing ESL, studying English, just to it's just they're just tools to just immerse yourself in English. That's all it is. That's what these things represent. They're just things that represent your initiative, your drive, your passion to try to speak English and try to uh, uh, you know be global, if that's the right word for that. Okay. So anyways, shops are open. Pick something up. All right. So let's get into our program here. Uh, we got some stuff here. We got a full podcast ready. Full podcast to talk. Full podcast. Lots of content today. Um, First off, I've already said this podcast is for people who are interested in learning English and studying English. And I I wanted in these podcasts I try to teach English through my teaching real life topics and stuff. And the real life is going on for me. That's going on for me is in Japan, and so that's what we're talking about today. Um, so today we're diving in. We're diving in. We're talking about something that really fascinates foreigners a lot when they come to Japan, and that is the wonderful, amazing, uh, just absolutely amazing place called the Konbini, and the Konbini is English for English in English is called a convenience store. Okay, now the convenience store is way different than the convenience store you've seen in your maybe in your country, wherever you are. It might be similar, but for me, living in America, California, Las Vegas, I got to tell you, it's a lot different. So, we're going to go through those things, but in the convenience store, the Konbini, you can do so many. You can do or get so many things, and there are so many services, and we're just going to talk about those things today. Um, and we'll also go through some expressions, some common expressions, some common English expressions to do with the convenience store and that sphere. So let's jump right into it. So when you do this, when you make these casts, you got to have some content when it comes to, your experience. So I had to dig deep. I had to think of a lot of opportunity, a lot of different instances, a lot of different experiences of me in a convenience store, because I spent a lot of time going to these places, and not so much anymore because the economy's, it's for me, it's not so convenient or feasible to go to the convenience store because they're pretty expensive, comparatively speaking. I think, as far as I'm concerned, with my economy, convenience stores are a bit expensive, so I don't go very often. But tourists coming in, they'll they'll go to convenience stores a lot, and people on short stay visas, things like that. Short stay visas, people who aren't staying very long in Japan, they tend to utilize or use the convenience store as a source of, you know, getting something to eat, you know, uh, getting batteries, what have you. And we'll get into that. But when I think about the convenience store, I always, instead of just focusing on one instance, I decided to uh, give you a very, maybe a more personal viewpoint of the convenience store for me, what it means to me, what I remember from the convenience store, and you know what it was for me. And basically, I just remember countless times. I'm going to speak about not just one time, but countless times, that I have gone to the convenience store, especially when I was younger, and it was usually after work. It's a hard day. I'd be working long hours, working till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and you're not going to go to a restaurant that time. You don't want to go to McDonald's. You just want to pop in somewhere, get something to eat, and be on your way. So, um, and what you could eat, you would want to think about it, right? So convenience stores are perfect for that. They have a little bit of everything. So what I used to do is, especially in the wintertime when it was cold, like it is right now, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, I would go to this convenience store. I would go to a convenience store, and I would pick up, usually a pizza, one of their pizzas. Oh my gosh! And I'm not going to say which one. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be unbalanced. I don't want to favor one or the other. Um, but I would go to this certain convenience store, and they would have pizzas, and I would get one of these pizzas, and I would just warm it up, and I would just fold it on top of it, fold it on top of itself, and I would I would just gobble this thing down like a calzone. If anyone knows what that is, a calzone, it's an Italian word. It's just like a pizza pod. And every late night, usually a Friday night, or a Sunday night, possibly, or Saturday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those evenings that were late for me, very late, and I had some time, I would generally go to a convenience store. I would pick up a pizza and I would eat it. And I remember sitting outside, nowhere to sit, but just looking up at the stars, and eating this pizza, and just thinking, oh, one more day in the books, and it was a time of relaxation, honestly. So to me, um, the convenience store is a place of relaxation. It was like a place I could take a break. And because the world's really busy, and work is really hard, and the convenience store gave me a break, and that's really what it was. Honestly, to me, it's what it was. It was a place to take a break. And so, for me, that's what it is. um, I'd buy a hot coffee, of course, a hot coffee. I love coffee. uh, and maybe a snack, but definitely I'd get that pizza, and I'll get off that subject as fast as possible, but yeah, I had a lot of pizzas. um, but I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know that if you come to Japan and you stay for any, duration of time, you know, it's important to know that convenience stores allow you to do many things. You can buy, obviously, food, different kinds of food, but you can also buy batteries. That's not unlike any other convenience store, and it's not unlike any other convenience store in any other country. But you can also pay your electric bill, your light bill. You can pay for insurance. I think there are some cases you can even pay for certain fines and things like that. Look into that, but I'm pretty sure you might have to go to the bank for that though too. Um, but yeah, there are situations, but there are so many things that you can do at the convenience store, and it's important to know this, because if you find yourself in a situation where you need something, a lot of times foreigners are going to panic, but a lot of times, you know, something that you need like batteries, or you got to pay a bill. Bills might come, they can jump up at you. You got to pay the water bill, you got to pay the gas bill. All of a sudden, you didn't know the date's past due, and you got to, or it's not past due, but just almost like tomorrow is the last. You're gonna have trouble tomorrow. Um, a lot of times you can pay that bill at the convenience store. So keep that in mind when you're in Japan, if you have to pay your bills. Um, let's see. And for covering service, um, the people there are generally very kind. They're very nice. They're, like any other common, worker. They're, um, I will say this, that there are more and more foreign workers working in the convenience stores. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's quite nice. Uh, and so they can probably help you if you speak something other than English or Japanese. Sometimes there are other foreign workers that work for they come from other countries, so that's cool, I think. So let's think about this, which leads us to something else, which leads us to something else. I am trying to slow down. So, um, why are convenience stores or konbinis? Why are they a big deal in Japan? Um, Here are the reasons. Okay, that konbinis are very popular, or um, they're so special, and they're pretty much part of a lifestyle. Um, Number one, they're everywhere. You can they're at least where I live, one, two, down the road, three, four, yeah, at least five convenience stores, six, seven. Actually, seven is there's one automated one. That are in my surrounding area, so they're everywhere. Oh, excuse me, eight. One close by too. One really close by. I just remembered it. Yeah. So like nine different convenience stores within what, a 3 mile radius, and so that's a lot. When I was growing up, there was one, within a 3 mile radius. Now where I live now, there's nine. Um, so that makes it like between 5 or 10 minutes away, right? Or well, 3 mile radius would mean between 5 and maybe 25 to 30 minutes away. So, but yeah, if you're walking, if you got a car, a lot closer. Um, the other thing, number two, is that the food is actually pretty good. You think of a convenience store, you're thinking of a lot of people, at least me, when I first thought of a convenience store, I thought of a store within a next in a gas station. That was the convenience store as far as I was concerned. And the food, I can't be a judge. I can't complain, but you know, it wasn't the freshest. But in Japan, the convenience store foods are very, very fresh. Like, fresh vegetables, good. I've never eaten a soggy salad in Japan, and getting it from a convenience store. Never. It's always pretty good. You know, it's always pretty good. High in calories, yes, but still fresh. Like I said, I don't go very often anymore because it's quite expensive. Um, it's important to know that too. A convenience store is more expensive than if you go to a grocery store. Okay, so I can't recommend it as a budget recommendation. A convenience store is somewhere you go if you need something in a hurry. You got to pay a bill. You got no batteries. You got to go to so you got to go to the convenience store. Generally, it is a little bit more expensive. So please keep that in mind. This isn't, financial advice at all. Just saying this is part of the Japanese culture. Pretty much, you can do anything when it comes to paying bills, buying tickets, printing documents, scanning documents, faxing. I faxed one time. I don't know if they still do that, but that tells you how old I am. Um, Shipping packages, of course, I've done that. I've done it many times. Shipping packages, um, picking up online orders, that happens as well. Yeah, and grabbing a full meal, right? You grabbing, like we talked about that earlier. So those are some things on the list that you can do at a convenience store, and as you can see, it's plenty. Um, Also, it's important to note that convenience stores are very clean. I've never walked into a dirty convenience store ever. They're always clean. Their floors are nice and shiny, and everything is where it's supposed to be. If you go in late at night, to be honest, it's a little cluttered. The workers are running around putting stuff on the shelf, but I mean, it's not like funky. I mean, it's not like dirty. It's not like that at all. In the restrooms is important to notice. Are always pretty. They're always clean. There aren't any ever issues. I've never walked into any horror stories or anything like that. Um, Very nice, very nice. Um, and what's nice about the convenience stores also is that you don't have to get like a key. I think in America you got to get a key to the toilet. It's often embarrassing, to ask for the key. If they do that still in America as well. I've been away for a while, but you can generally just walk in and go to the convenience store bathroom, and no one's going to say anything. So I think that's very nice. It seems that they're very polite in that manner. Um, so when we talk about going to a kombini, um, it should be recognized that usually you're going to a kombini because you are in a rush, and so that transitions us into some good some good some good expressions. It's a good time to put forward some good expressions about uh, you know being in a hurry all day long, doing things like this. First is number one. I'm in a rush. I'm in a rush. Meaning I don't have much time. I don't have much time. Uh, for an example, you'd say, I'm in a rush, so I'll grab something quick. So our first expression, I'm in a rush. Our example is, I'm in a rush. I got to grab something quick. Number two, that saved me. That saved me. Meaning something helped you a lot. Something helped you a lot. That saved me. um, I'm so grateful to have people in my life that have done that for me so many times. And I can say, without a doubt, that saved me. So, yeah. But in regards to the convenience store, um, the convenience store saved me this morning. Like I needed a pen. I needed a notebook. I forgot my notes. I needed a new notebook, or I needed gloves. They have gloves. They have some. I riding my bike and I forgot my gloves when I left my apartment, and you know, I went to the convenience store. I got some gloves. They were more expensive. That saved me. Next, number three, I'll pick it up on the way. I'll pick it up on the way. And so, meaning that I'll get it while I'm going somewhere. I'll get it while I'm going somewhere. And for an example, would be, I'll pick up a drink on the way to work. I'll pick up a drink on the way to work. So these are really natural and used all the time by native speakers. So just in review real quick, one more time, I don't have much time. Okay. That saved me. And I'll put it up, excuse me, I'll pick it up on the way. I'll pick it up on the way. All right. Um, so that leads us to our next part of this, which is a very important part. It's the cultural, um, the cultural angle, I'll call it, for the what we'd say Konbini etiquette. You know how you should behave in a convenience store. It might be different in your country than it is in Japan. Um, but let's go review. Let's go through them, and in the back of your mind, make some mental notes and think about it. Is it not similar? You know, and if it is, please comment below and let me know if there are some similarities, some things that are the same as far as it comes to etiquette in a convenience store. So here we go. Things to know. That's what I put here. Don't eat while walking, even if you just bought it. So that means if you get something at a convenience store, whether it's some bread or a candy bar or something like that, um, don't just, you buy it, rip it open, and start walking and eating it. Leave it in the bag, get to where you're going, and then eat it. Okay. It's just, that's a simple task, something you can do, anyone can do. And I want to thank everyone who showed up. I see there were some people here. They came in, they popped out. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you get an opportunity. Thank you again. I know not everybody can stay. You got things to do. I got you. Next, line up properly. Line up properly. Meaning people should queue up, neatly, because in Japan they do. They queue up neatly. They line up. They line up in order. It's an amazing thing to see. I'm from the States. I'm from America. That really doesn't happen. How people just jump in line perfectly. That's amazing. So don't try to cut. It's really rude. But I think it's rude in any country. And you know, um, next one. Don't talk loudly. Don't talk loudly. That's something in Japan. It's a big deal. If you talk loudly anywhere, you will really stick out because generally people don't speak in loud voices when they're in a public place just out loud. Um, Obviously, children don't care. It doesn't matter. Wonderful thing. Kids don't care wherever they are in the world. They're going to be loud. But for adults, we generally we we need to keep our voices down when we're in a convenience store or in any place of business for that matter. And the next, return items to the shelf um, if you change your mind. So generally in Japan, in a convenience store or anywhere, if you get something and you say, I'm not going to buy this, I was going to, but I'm not going to buy it, just put it back where you got it. And a convenience store in Japan is not that big, so you can definitely find where you got it. Like if you're in a big shopping mall, I get it. It's happened a few times. I'm guilty as charged. It happens. But in a convenience store, you can put it back. Don't just throw it somewhere. Don't do that. Put it where it goes. Okay. So it's all about being like considerate, and that's what that's Japanese. They really respect that consideration, working together, you know, collaboration. That's what that's about in that spirit. Okay, so that leads us to all these words that I've thrown at you. It leads us to the very some key vocabulary words. Okay, so I'm going to give you some very key vocabulary words, and you can think about these all through the week, and hopefully they'll be useful to you. The first vocabulary word is convenience store or konbini. Okay, a small store that's open 24/7. Now, we've been talking about that word the whole time, so I think you got that word, but I got to state it, for the purposes of just being on task. The next vocabulary word is counter. Counter. And that is the place where you pay. You pay your money, you pay your bills, you pay whatever you got to pay. And it's called counter. The next is receipt. Receipt. That's the paper that shows what you purchased and allows you to get refunds if necessary. And in Japan, often there's a coupon on the end of it. So you don't want to be quick to just take it and throw it away because sometimes there's like a 30% coupon on the bottom of that. Sometimes like a free coffee or a free refill, a free coffee refill. I've gotten that a few times. It shows you how many points you have on your, depending on what convenience store you go to. It tells you how many points you have. So you don't want to be too quick to throw it away, but that's what's on the receipt. And an expression that will be added to our vocabulary list today, on the go. On the go. Something you do quickly while moving. Seems so simple, right? Seems so simple. But yeah, on the go. Something you do quickly while moving. The next one, checkout. Checkout. Um, this is for the English learners, okay, and not the English speakers that are fluent. Please excuse this. But I'm trying to help our English learners here. Checkout, the process of paying. Okay, the process of paying. Okay, and that is when you check out. Actually, that also takes place when we're at a restaurant, and that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother conversation how we go to restaurants in Japan, and hopefully we'll cover that as soon as it comes up. I have a whole list of content for us, and I'm not sure which one that is on the list, but it's definitely one of them. So with that, I want to, of course, as always, I want to thank you all for listening to this episode number 2 of our the English Life podcast. I hope you learned something new, both in English and about life in Japan, and a little bit about me sitting under the stars, eating a pizza, saying, "Oh my gosh, that was a long day," because work days in Japan are absolutely long, man. They don't quit, but you get used to it, and it's part of my romance here, I guess, part of my romance with Japan. Um, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow our podcast. Like always, click the like button, click the subscribe, uh, comment below. I appreciate all comments. If you have an idea something you'd like to know about Japan, let me know, and I will definitely inform you, and I will find out. I will go to the edges of Japan to find the answer for you if I don't have it myself. Um, so I'll see you of course, next Saturday, and with another episode. Until then, everyone, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, keep learning, and enjoy going to our shop, picking up some merchandise. Enjoy the English life, okay? Until then, uh, take care and bye bye. Take care. Bye bye, guys. Remember, it's just me. Bye bye.